Recording live from the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio. This is Northeast Georgia Business Radio. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and yeah, we're coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me today, I have a guest who I must say his line of profession is something I try to avoid wholeheartedly. Maybe I'm the perfect customer for him. With JB Pro South Pressure and Soft Washing, I have with me Ben Shirley. Ben, welcome to the Northeast studio.
Thank you very much. So happy to be here.
You doing all right, man?
Doing very well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're not outside pressure washing, so it's got to be like pretty good.
I should be today because it's really pretty, but we took a break so we could come hang out with you guys today.
You deserve it.
Absolutely.
You deserve it. Because you're the man doing most of the work, are you not?
I am. It's actually just me and our trailer pressure washers. We're hoping to hire some people this summer, this spring, but right now it's just me.
Just you. So your shoulders hurt all the time?
They did
got
it
to have
first.
strong shoulders.
They did it first, and we're done with that now. I'm kind of worked it all out.
I'm having horrible flashbacks to when I basically backed into a corner. Boy, you better wash that patio, the driveway, the walkway. The boss comes over and she says, you know, the walkway is looking a little dark there. And then I know I've pushed it as far as I can.
Yep, I've heard that before.
Oh.
And that's why I'm here, so that people like you don't have to.
Bless you for that.
Yeah, and it's easy. It's better for me to do it than you because we don't want you to hurt yourself.
Well, it's okay. Well, yeah, I'm getting old, so you're right on that. But now there's an art to pressure washing, though. More pressure isn't always the best.
No, that's why we have that soft washing in
You really hurt things doing it.
In our name. So you can put too much pressure on some of the tips that you can put on some of these pressure washers. You can put a hole through a piece of wood.
Wow.
But that's not what we're all about. We want to get it clean. We're not trying to take the finish off of anything or off the concrete or.
And I've always been told that top layer of concrete is very sacred. You don't want to hurt that.
Right. You don't want to hurt it. That's why we put a chemical down first and then basically just rinse it off.
Oh, really?
We're just getting it clean. We're not trying to take it down to the rocks of the concrete.
Well, you do that, it'll start washing away real bad.
Yes, it will.
And then you got trouble.
Absolutely. And then I can't help you anymore. You got to call a concrete guy.
Then the boss is really mad at you.
Yeah, because then you got to spend more money.
Yeah, the front walkway, it's not dark anymore, but it's not there anymore. Great. So you don't just pressure wash, you apply some chemicals.
Yeah,
a cleaner, something.
Mainly on houses, we use bleach. Okay, that's like the industry standard what to use for anything.
Okay.
Now, we're not just out there splashing on bleach that you buy at Kroger, okay? The bleach that we buy is significantly stronger. However, we do cut it down quite a bit. And then there's other situations where somebody might say, well, we don't want you to put bleach on our house. Okay, that's fine. There are other options there's this thing called BioClean that we use. Now, it's a little more costly,
right,
but it can be done. It just takes more time, and the chemical is rather expensive. And then other things, when we get into cleaning concrete, it might have red mud on it, for instance.
Oh, yeah, that's common, yeah.
Chemicals that can, funny enough, the name of it is called Mud Away.
Of course.
Can take the
Scotch
mud
Guard.
away.
No, sorry.
But we have a chemical for just about everything out there that needs to be cleaned.
Mold, mildew, things like that.
Mold, mildew, those all go away with the bleach.
Now, you also do something I found very interesting. You clean fleet vehicles, fleets of vehicles, work vehicles.
Yes. Example of that is...
I don't know too many people that do that.
You might have a group that, say, delivers groceries, and they've got fruit trucks, okay? They've got 5 box trucks or something. They might call us to come and clean them. And the reason is, number one, those trucks are their lifeline. They're also their rolling advertisement. So they got a big billboard on the side of this truck. They need to keep it clean. Otherwise, everyone's saying, that's where my groceries are being hauled in? That's nasty. That's ugly. What's the inside look like?
That first impression.
Yeah. And then we also help prevent damage. We can catch damage on these vehicles before some of the drivers and some of the owners even do, because we're getting up and close personal with the vehicle.
That's a good point.
We can see that.
You're an extra set of eyes.
Yes.
That could be so invaluable.
Yeah.
How'd you get into this, man? Did you wake up one day, bump your head? You've actually, now you've been in business a few years, but you've been around this your whole life.
I've started pressure washing in my teenage years with my dad and his dad, my granddad, prepping houses for paint. And that was fun because I got to take the paint off of houses, and that's a lot of fun.
I bet.
It's nasty, but I didn't have to worry about anything. But as I started to grow up, I was like, hey, I can make a little money doing this on the side. And started washing houses here and there for people who might need it. Then we say, hey, Ben's got a pressure washer. He can come and do it. And then we saw the real need for it when I was working for a trucking company and saw that these trucks needed to be cleaned.
Yeah.
And along with that, we're like, well, we can just clean all of it. My wife and I decided one day, hey, let's try to start a business ourselves. And here we are, and 3 years later and going strong.
You mentioned a trailer or rig on a trailer or something. You have a giant rig.
Yes.
You don't have the little 2,400 PSI unit from Lowe's or Home Depot.
I do not.
You have a rig.
Yes. So I started out with a pressure washer in the back of my dad's truck because I didn't have a truck of my own at the time. So I was rolling.
You're starting out. It's all right.
I started rolling around with that and having to pull it off and put it back on every time, which was exhausting. Then we upgraded to a 14-foot trailer that has pressure washer with hot water capabilities and a soft wash system.
Nice.
That we can use. So we've upgraded quite a bit.
You can generate hot water there
Yes.
at the trailer.
Yes, we
Dude,
can.
that's cool.
Which is great for when we're doing concrete with some really bad grease and stuff on it, or trucks with grease and the road grime on it. The hot water just takes it right off.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
It does make a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
That's really cool. Is there anything you can't get off?
Probably.
I meant that as a joke, but you're being serious.
There probably is. I just hadn't found it yet.
Aha.
Yeah. I'm sure there is, though.
Like 10 years worth of red mud and grease. And, it's harder than the asphalt.
There was one time a hydraulic fluid leak from a tractor that we were called to get out. Sadly say, I did get it out, but it took me like 3 days and 4 or 5 different
serious?
chemicals, but we finally got it.
Wow.
I wasn't going to stop till I figured out. Now I know what to use.
No,
So,
that's good. That's true. There is a machine left. It just didn't eat the whole machine. Nothing. No, I'm
Correct.
kidding. I'm so kidding. See, there's more pressure washer jokes than I thought there would be.
there's so much more. I actually looked some up one time because I had to go speak at another thing.
Perfect.
And tried to find some and actually found a
tell,
whole
do
page
share.
of them.
Do share.
I don't remember. They had
I'm
stuff
kidding.
to do with splish splash and taking a bath and stuff.
What is your best avenue for referrals?
Right now, it's been word of mouth.
Word of mouth, okay.
We haven't spent hardly any money on advertising. Our word of mouth has been tremendous. And I think that's mainly due to because the job that we do is very, very good, and people tend to talk about it when we leave.
I imagine when you do a good job, you almost become part of the family. You are at their house.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When people call us, we understand as a company, they're trusting us with their multi-million-dollar home, their $200,000 home. They're trusting that I'm not going to go in and tear up the windows, the screens, the doors.
Right. Which is real.
Yeah, it is.
That's very real. The reason I ask, I would say you've built a network, partnerships with your clients, so they refer you. And that's awesome.
That happens a lot. For instance, we have a neighborhood down in Suwanee where we did 15 homes in this one subdivision within a 2-month period.
Because they like you.
Because one person's house we did called their neighbor, and their neighbor put out a splash on the neighborhood Facebook page, and all of a sudden we're doing all these houses.
Awesome.
And so now, anytime someone needs washing in that neighborhood, I get called.
You're the man.
Yeah.
You darn right you are.
Yeah.
The reason I bring it up, here at Northeast Georgia Business Radio, we also have some great community partners. One of our great community partners is Infinity Wealth Management. Infinity Wealth Management is here to serve. Today's economic environment presents many challenges, but along with these challenges comes opportunities and potential rewards for those who can identify long-term trends. Whether you're facing retirement or looking to better understand certain investment ideas, Infinity Wealth Management can help you address your most pressing financial questions. Visit InfinityWMG.com for more information. That's InfinityWMG.com for more. While you're at it, visit our new website, negabrx.com, to see all our great community partners. Ben, you still there?
Absolutely.
You didn't run off on me. Well, hey, we got bills to pay. You understand that.
I do. I have them too.
Big shout out to Infinity Wealth Management, our good friend Stephen Julian, Mr. Stephen Julian. He can't get enough of this show. He's going to hit me when he hears that.
Especially when I'm on here.
You're darn right. It's definitely not for me. No, Stephen, longtime friend, good friend of the show. He was on here a couple months ago, and I've finally recovered from it, to be honest with you. But, man, what were we talking about? We were talking about cleaning stuff. You cleaning my front walkway for me so the redhead didn't get upset. You didn't just bump your head one day, right? Let's do a little recap here before we go any further. But the big thing is you know what you're doing. You're not destroying people's stuff. And obviously, word of mouth, you're getting around.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that sets us apart. We're not the pressure washer company with the sign on the corner that says, hey, get your house washed for $99.
That's not you.
That's not us.
That's not you. Okay.
We're not going to do that. Now, we are not the cheapest out there, but we're not the most expensive.
You shouldn't be the cheapest.
But we will do the best job you've ever seen. Here's the thing. I actually really love what I do, and that's the biggest thing. Most people have a job. I got to go to work every day. I got to go do this, or not like you, where you get to say like I do. I get to go do a radio show.
Yeah.
I wake up every day and say, yes, I get to go wash today. I literally love what I do. It's instant gratification for me, and my brain just works that way. And so I think that when you love something, love what you do, you don't really go to work. I go and play in the water every day, and it's fun.
In the water every day.
Yeah.
Did you ever get in trouble as a kid playing in the water? I did all the time.
I played in the hose all the time.
I did too.
And yeah, I did.
I always got in trouble. Why? It's just water.
I never got in trouble for it. My parents encouraged it. Maybe that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now.
That's why you're so comfortable right now.
Yeah.
I'm curious. We got to talk about the other side of it. What are some things that really can go wrong when someone who is not you mentioned the house wash $99 sign. You mentioned that. What are some things that can go wrong if you don't know what you're doing?
There's nothing wrong with a homeowner having a pressure washer at their house to do some interim cleaning.
Oh, yeah, a little, knock off some
I got
dirt,
nothing against those guys. But
I've got one.
Yeah. Well, when we're talking about actually doing your house to try to get that curb appeal back and look good and look for maintenance problems, you don't want somebody that's going to come there and put a hole in your vinyl siding. You don't want somebody that's taking the paint off your wood.
Does that happen?
Oh, it's happened.
A hole through vinyl?
Yeah, it's
Really?
happened a lot. Yeah.
Oh.
Sadly. I've never done it.
That's not easy to fix.
It's not, because then you got to replace the whole vinyl. And then
It's got to match. Vinyl
that's
fades.
the problem you run into.
They say it doesn't fade, folks. It fades.
It fades, and then you cannot find that unless you change the whole thing.
You do a whole side.
So the other thing is this driveway cleaning. People think, oh, you just take your surface cleaner over it and you clean it. But the problem is if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to leave streaks and marks in it.
Okay.
And some of these people will say, oh, well, that's normal. That's just the concrete. No, it's not. It's not normal.
Right.
You shouldn't have any streaks. It should look perfectly clean when you're done if you're doing it the right way. There are ways that I've learned from veterans who've been in the business for 30 and 40 years. It's where I got a lot of my education from. I called them, talked to them, worked with them, and said, hey, how do we do this? How do we do this? And they showed me. And so now I know what to do, what not to do.
Right.
And it can be dangerous. You can literally hurt yourself if you don't know what to do. Some of these things have super high pressure.
I'd like to say you use more finesse than muscle.
Yes.
To get the end result.
So very rarely, I know we have pressure washing in our name, and we use a lot of pressure washing when we're doing vehicles, such as trucks. But on a house, I rarely use pressure. It's mostly either on a trucks or on a driveway. Houses are mostly done with soft washing because it's delicate surfaces. I don't want to take the paint off unless you want me to. Now, if you want me to, I can do it. I'm not going to put this pressure on your windows because, number one, yes, the window is sealed, but it ain't sealed quite as good as you think it is. You put pressure on there, water's going to come straight through your house.
And you want it for it to stay sealed.
Yeah.
Keep it sealed.
Yeah.
Right.
So we use, like you said, finesse on a house wash. Yes. That's a good way to put it. I should have thought of that.
It's okay. You can use that.
Thank you. I think I am.
I don't charge much. 5%. Trademark that.
Never mind. I'll come up with a different word.
Just spell it different. It's 2024. You can get by with anything these days.
True.
I just want the listeners to realize that it's not just some guy with a jacked up pressure washer going to come clean their house.
No, it's not. You're getting me, the authentic me. I'm a husband and a father of 5 amazing kids. I'm out there to work and make your house look better, look its best, increase your home's value by making it look good, giving it the curb appeal, and in turn, I get to feed my family.
Nice.
It's a big community. We get to help each other. And I'm not sending out some guy that I hired off the street with a tank top and jean shorts. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's fine.
You're bringing back my childhood, man.
I might do that this summer, or if my wife will let me, but I doubt it.
Right. How often do you think someone should have maintenance done like this?
So,
to a driveway, to a home, to the patio? I imagine it's all different.
Yeah. For your house washing, you should do it at least once a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what does that do? There's got to be a benefit or you wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it keeps... Number one, it keeps all the mold and mildew from having time to grow back.
Okay.
Because once it starts growing, it's just going to continue to go. It's like
it's mold.
Yeah, it's like mold.
It's like mold. Oh, yeah, it is.
It just grows. And the other thing, it keeps you up to date on what's going on with your house. So a pressure washer's getting in there. He can say, hey, man, you've got some loose boards up here. You've got some caulking that needs to be done over here that you might not have seen because you're not really looking for it.
You wouldn't know to look.
Right. And we look for those kind of things on houses.
Well, that's good to know.
The same way with that, it's keeping it clean keeps the curb appeal for your house. So you may be in your forever home, but you also may be in a home that you've thought about selling. You keep it clean, it's going to be a lot easier for you to put on the market than you're not scrambling to find somebody to wash it the day you're trying to sell it.
Right. No, I'm with you on
And
that.
it keeps people interested in it.
Same thing with driveways, walkways, patios.
Yeah, driveways, the same thing. I usually do driveways not quite as often because that concrete tends to last a lot longer through cleanings. But usually when it starts turning dark brown and green, it's time to wash it.
It's time to wash it.
And sometimes that can be a year, sometimes 2 years. Our washes tend to last a lot longer because of the way we wash them. We pre-treat them with bleach, we surface clean them, we rinse them off, and then we post-treat it with bleach as well.
Oh, wow.
And so when that happens, it just kind of tends to brighten itself over time and last a little longer.
So the soft washing, that is for the concrete as well?
Yeah.
All about the top layer of the concrete.
Yeah.
You're not destroying that. Your wash is going to last longer.
Yeah, we're just getting the gunk off of it, and basically what you see is all surface stuff. We just basically like brushing your teeth in a way, you know? Yeah. We brush all that stuff off, rinse it off, and you're good to go.
All right, man. Ben, I'm glad you came in. How do we get a hold of you, brother?
You can find us on Facebook at JB Pro South as well as on Instagram. We have proof of our work on there, some before and after pictures, and our contact information.
Nice. You want to give the email out?
Email is jbprosouth@gmail.com.
How'd you name this before we get out of here? JB Pro.
So
your name's Ben Shirley. There's no J's and B's.
There's
a B. There's a Ben.
There's two things that it was named after. My name is John Benjamin Payne Shirley.
Okay, well, never mind on that.
And then my wife's name is Jessica. So it's Jessica and Ben. So it's kind of got two different meanings.
It is JB.
And my dad, growing up, always called me JB.
Well, it's all you, man.
Yeah.
Well, nice job. I wish you the utmost luck. And do not go very far. You're located up here in Jefferson.
Located in Jefferson. Born and raised here in Jackson County.
Because I know I got kind of scolded for not doing the walkway at the end of last summer, and it's still there. It didn't go away.
I got you.
It didn't go away. I was hoping. But no one stole any walkways. I'm vamping at this point. Now, see, they start playing my music. Now I got to wrap up. Ben, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Folks, check Ben out on Facebook, JB Pro South. And he can keep you out of trouble with your wife. I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.